Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is August 2nd, and right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery as of yesterday morning. You can see the monsoon moisture that we talked about moving into Southern California, portions of Southern Nevada. We scroll through the day and you can see the thunderstorms first pop off across the peninsular range here. You can see that lightning activity, and as we scroll on in through the day, you can see it moved up into California and quite a ways out towards San Diego into some of the foothill communities out there. And then we continue to scroll and you can see that lightning continue to creep northward and towards the transverse range a little bit there. We go towards the overnight hours and you can see that lightning activity across Arizona. You can see the park fire burning across Northern California just north of Chico there. And then we scroll on in through the morning. You can see the lightning strikes return to some of the California deserts there just south of Las Vegas. And this is as we go through this morning. We're coming out and the sun is rising and you can see some of that thunderstorm activity moving into the desert areas here. The monsoon moisture is going to kick off some more storms again today. We'll dive into those details and we'll take a look at some of the tropics as well as we go through the video. And just a reminder, click that subscribe button down below. It is free to do so. You guys are killing it. We're over 26,000 subscribers here. It does slow down, of course, during the summertime, but yeah, expecting this to pick up here over the next few months as we get back on into the winter. Now, taking a look at the mountain thunderstorms, this is for today. Sacramento National Weather Service, avoid the top of the hill and open fields. Stay away from the water. Avoid trees or tall objects and the picnic shelters and whatnot. So try to stay inside a car if you can, or maybe a building. But yeah, there is a chance for the thunderstorm activity today. Some of those could even move out over some of the lower terrain or the coastal ranges also. And this is Eureka. This is yesterday afternoon talking about that thunderstorm threat here as well. Friday night and Saturday. So if I picked a station here, I believe I picked Alpine Heights here, just off to the east of San Diego. And if we take a look, you can see they did get those lightning strikes yesterday. They were about 24 to 27 miles out there. It's always fun to watch lightning activity around when you've got one of these stations attached to your place of residence. Click on that link down below if you want to save 10% off on this. Highly recommend that weather station. So take a look at what is going on. The ridge is in place. The monsoon moisture moving back up into California and eventually northward into Oregon and the Pacific Northwest. There is Hurricane Carlota out there drifting harmlessly off to the west. It's not going to affect anything here across the southwest USA, but then we're going to have another tropical system likely to develop here. This one may take a little bit more of a northwesterly track, but right now the European, for example, keeps that moisture off to the south. You can see the ridge here. The steering current around the ridge is going to be clockwise. It's going to keep that moisture out over the open ocean. However, the GFS is a little bit different. We're going to be taking a look at that in this example. As we got the European on the left, there's the Hawaiian Islands at the bottom left, there's California, and the GFS is here on the right, and there's California here. So you got Carlota down here on the GFS. Put this into motion. You can see pretty good model agreement there. And we start to scroll off into the early portion of next week, and you can see that next system start to swirl down here, and you kind of see almost like a double-barreled low pressure system out here. And I don't know how much validity there's going to be to this. Leaning towards what the European is saying right there, but could be wrong. We'll see how it goes. But this moisture wants to spread a little bit further north on the GFS versus the European. Of course, this keeps any tropical moisture off to the south and west of the area. So we're just kind of watching that. We'll revisit this tomorrow and kind of see if we've got some better model agreement on that front. Taking a look at lightning flash density potential for today. So again, this morning you can see we did have some thunderstorm activity trying to move into some of the desert areas. We scroll through the day today and you can see that kick off and maybe drift out across Sacramento, Fresno, Northern California, coastal range, maybe a thunderstorm or two. It's hard to say. These systems are so fickle. But as we go through tonight and tomorrow morning, again, you can see that thunderstorm activity perhaps moving over Sacramento yet again, Sierra Nevada, Lake Tahoe there just north of Reno as we go through tomorrow afternoon and we go all the way on in through Sunday morning. Now, take a look at the North American model today as well. It shows something similar here. You can see the precipitation moving around. Some of these showers could have some brief heavy rain with them, but a lot of this, isn't producing a lot of precipitation. So any lightning strikes that do occur, of course, can start some fires. And here we go, scrolling on in through Saturday. Here we go on in through Saturday nighttime here and on into Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. It looks like we might get a break as we roll through Sunday here for much of the state of California. So taking a look at today, you can see it does include some of Southern California just off to the east of Sacramento and Fresno here, and Redding. Does include Reno up through the Cascades. And then we go through day 2, kind of something similar, but does include Redding for tomorrow. And then we go through day 3, again, the Sierra Nevada there. So if we take a look here at the precipitable water, I just want to show you this one here on the European Artificial Intelligence. This goes Carlota here. And again, you can kind of see that moisture staying harmlessly off to the west there. So if we scroll far enough out into the extended forecast, kind of showing you the European artificial intelligence model here. It goes out 360 hours, and they do run this 4 times a day. So it's nice to be able to look at that. Previously, the European models, the 06Z and the 18Z runs would only go out 90 hours or 144 hours if you're looking at the ensemble. So it's kind of nice to be able to look at that. And again, there is Carlota right here. This would be the next system developing off the coast of Mexico, off to the south and east. And we can see here it is a hurricane now. It's supposed to stay a hurricane until about Sunday morning, then transition to a tropical storm, and then eventually probably a tropical depression after that. So looking at the daily 2-meter max temperature here, we're dealing with some warm temperatures out there. Nothing too crazy, not as hot as we were for portions of July, but still pretty warm out there as we go through Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, warming up a bit more in the national blended models. You see 107, 106 there for Bakersfield. 6 to 10 day, kind of still that above average signal here for some of the West Coast. You're going to take that with a grain of salt, as we always do, and some above normal precipitation, kind of hit and miss here. I wouldn't put too much stock into that right now. But looking at ground smoke here, this is where the smoke is at the surface. A lot of times, the European, you'll see maps that show the smoke that is aloft, but this is at the surface. If you're in any of these areas here, you are smelling smoke. And the park fire out there is a big reason why for Northern California. And you can kind of see it flare up during the afternoon hours and spread smoke back into Nevada. And you can see the Oregon fires ongoing there as well. Trout and Borel fires still producing smoke also. And you can see the park fire is approaching 400,000 acres right now, and the other active fires. This is from the Western Fire Chiefs website. So looking at today, this is for Friday. You can see some of Northern California under the gun there, and some of southern Las Vegas. I would probably extend that to some portions of Southern California as well, but you guys saw me with my forecast there on the thunderstorm activity. And actually, let me back up a bit here. Again, we're going to look at that one more time. We're going to go to Saturday. You can see Northern California again under the gun, portions of Northern Nevada. Then we go Sunday here, and kind of that lightning activity pushing off to the north and east. And Monday, some windy, dry conditions there. Fire concerns associated with that. But yeah, the park fire continues to burn. It actually, that northeast flank was kind of active yesterday as well. You can see it producing quite a bit of smoke drifting off to the north. And then the overnight hours, pretty incredible. You can see the hot spot on the GOES 18 satellite imagery coming back in towards today. And this is no doubt going to flare up and continue to produce smoke. But otherwise, yeah, watch out. Eyes on the sky today. Watch out for that thunderstorm activity. Monsoon moisture is coming up across the region. You can clearly see it. Otherwise, click like and subscribe down there. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.